Door open. Hello, can you hear me? Is that door open? Oh, I see. Got it. All right. Okay, we're rolling.
Sorry about that. I forgot to hit the button that says join. You gotta hit it twice.
You have to hit it twice.
Yeah, once to join and then once to join.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. We have a newcomer tonight. Alex, it's good to see you, friend. How are you there?
I'm great, Clay. How are you?
I'm good.
Good
I'm
to be
good.
here. Thank you for having me come in.
That's
This is
amazing, man.
really nice.
Man. I know it's a little later there. You're in the East Coast, yeah?
It is later, and I'm a school teacher,
Oh my
and I'm
goodness, yeah.
old,
So it's a school night for you. Oh my
but
goodness.
it's okay. This is so worth being here.
Well, man, I'm so glad you're here, and we'll be there'll be more of us trickling in as the night goes on. But
Great.
Linda, this is Alex, a new
Hi,
member from
Linda.
yeah. So are you in Jersey? Or are you in New
I
York?
am in New Jersey, just about a half hour to like 40 minutes from Manhattan, Paramus, New
Okay,
Jersey.
sure. So you take the oh, if I can remember, the New Jersey Transit in there, or what is
Yes, yep. I'll either drive in if it's the hours I think I can deal with parking, or take NJ Transit or some buses as well, private buses as well. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
amazing. That's
I
amazing. So
heard you used to live in New York.
I did. I lived there from '99 to '07. So I
Wow.
lived in Astoria.
Okay, sure. I know Astoria.
So I
I've
was.
had friends that live there. Yeah,
Are you familiar
awesome.
with Astoria Park? 30th Avenue, 30th Street in Astoria. You
Is
familiar with
that where
that?
they have that big sign? Is there like a sign that says, no, maybe that's Sunnyside, Queens or something. I don't know. I remember going there once, might have been in the 90s
Right,
or
right.
something when
Well,
I
it's
went
it's the
early 90s.
famous, or I guess pseudo, not maybe not famous, but it's a Greek park there, right at 30th Avenue, 30th Street in Astoria. And my one New York, the famous person in a day New York thing was I think it was the 2004 Olympics or something like that. I I got a front row seat because my apartment actually overlooked, because my apartment was right at 3030. So
Oh my
there were
God.
literally crowds and crowds of people, and I got to watch them. So that classic thing of getting to see something like that on the balcony of my, so
How cool is that? Absolutely.
because that was where the Olympics ended that particular year. So it's pretty cool.
Right. Wow. Very cool.
How long
Very
have you
cool.
lived in Jersey?
Actually, pretty much all my life. I lived in New York City for a while, and different places in New Jersey, but basically this area my whole life.
Oh, you don't have
Yeah,
a terribly thick. You have just enough Jersey to make it cool,
I
but not.
do. Okay. Thank you for that. I know I have a bit, but I'm glad it's not too
That's
overwhelming.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So do you teach in the local school district there, or private
Yes,
school,
I
or?
teach in a city called Patterson, New Jersey,
Okay.
and yeah, this year I'm teaching fifth graders. They're still working on my schedule a little bit, but fifth graders and first graders. I'm a special ed resource
Wow.
teacher, so I get to kind of go in and pull out kids and have a nice small group with them, and
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
That's very, very cool. So do you specialize in special education, or?
Yeah, I got not my whole career, but I did go back to school and after my elementary ed cert and got my special education. Yeah, so
That's pretty cool. Does that include primarily does I mean, is that, because it's hard to know, because technically I was special ed as well, although I went through normal classes.
yeah,
I'm actually legally blind, and so, but
yeah,
usually special ed might mean more mental type things. Is like, what is it
right.
mainly that?
Actually, and in fact, I think my certificate is teacher of students with disabilities. So
Okay,
they still use that word, in the license disabilities,
Right,
but
right.
or we could say differently abled. So my certification would cover, I believe, maybe working with like blind and other handicaps, but I think there's also people that go to school and specialize in working with certain disabilities like blindness or autism. Even now, there are certain colleges that offer just autism.
Well,
Yeah.
it's amazing that you do that. It must be a calling because it's very. I imagine it's very challenging. You have to be very patient and you have to be able to empathize. So I mean, I really respect people in that field. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you
You know,
so much.
in many ways, I'm a product of music therapy because as a child, like now I function pretty well, mainly because my dad really acclimated me to lack of a better term, normal environments. And so I had to,
Yeah,
because I am kind of a proponent of that because if you try to normalize and adapt to the environment rather than trying to make the environment adapt to you, you just have a better time. You're more adaptable and you're able to be in more environments and you don't have to be so
exactly.
quarantined.
Totally,
So
totally.
music therapy is what helped me get through, and that's when I got into classical piano as a child, and then later into singing and voice, and so man, that's really cool, man. It's
That's
so great
awesome.
to connect with my northeastern part of myself there. So that's
Yes,
really great.
excellent. Yeah.
Well, what brings you like? I mean, because it's really cool the way you found us, JP was telling me a little bit. He talked with you a little bit, which is awesome.
Yeah, he was great. It was great to talk to him.
Yeah, and so you are doing a little bit of like community theater there. Like, tell me a little
Yeah,
bit
well,
about
I've
that.
done community theater in New Jersey, and here and there I've done some little things in New York, not huge, not Broadway or anything, but some things. And I how I found you was lately I've been into thinking about how to have my natural voice come out because either I've been reading about it or I've seen other stuff on YouTube. And I Googled once or YouTubed once using your natural voice when you sing, and your podcast came up.
Oh
And I
wow.
thought, wow, I really like what he has to say. This is amazing. And then
Oh man.
there were other, yeah, it was wonderful. And then I just love that whole thing about each one of us has their own special a voice print. I don't know if you exactly said it like that, but almost, right? Fingerprint,
Absolutely.
voice
Yeah,
print.
it's a vocal image. Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool, and I've been having little problems with my speaking voice, here and there. So I was also looking for ways to, have a speaking voice
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the end of a school day or at the end of
Sure.
a party with music in the background, stuff like that. So
Well,
that was part of it.
I'm always listening, and that's one of the things. Like even talking with you, I'm always listening, and the good news is you're doing a lot of things right with your voice, and to talk a little bit because the rest of everybody, and I'll introduce you to the rest of the guys that have joined in a little bit. Hey everybody, joining a little bit late. This is my friend Alex, just joined My Voice Mentor. Guys, welcome him into the.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here. I think I've seen you all on video
Oh,
before
that's so good. Oh,
on the
you jumped
calls.
in some of the replays. That's amazing. That's so good. So, uh, so you're really doing a lot of things very well. And to kind of dive in a little bit, I know you've kind of listened to the podcast and kind of a little bit and know kind of what I'm all about. But after 30 years of pretty rigorous singing, and I was classically trained, so I do come from a classical environment, and so I was back when I was in high school. The only real option for voice training was of the classical sort, and I remember getting very fearful at the time, going, well, I like this. I love choral music and I love learning about opera and Baroque and all those different styles. But I became afraid that, man, if I get too far down this road, will I be able to do what I really love, which at that time was like pop music and jazz. And I wanted to be able to explore those styles. And the voice coaching that was available at the time didn't really acclimate to that. And so over the past 30 years of just practical life of hard knocks and learning my way through, I basically made the discovery, as many others have, is that your natural voice, some call it the speech level voice, I believe is the foundation for every other thing. And so, unfortunately, in the classical circle, we contort the voice a little bit. We lower the throat and we almost do those kinds of things, which are fine. They're totally fine. But then we call that legitimate singing. And what it does, it trains the mind to think that that is the way that I have to vocalize. And so any other style or any other thing that I would want to do has to go through that lens because that's what proper singers do.
Yeah.
Whereas what I've
Yeah.
learned over the years is that some of the best singers throughout history, I mean, some of my favorites, are not necessarily the most technically proficient. Or some people really really love Freddie Mercury's voice, maybe, but some don't. I've heard he's one of the best singers of all time, and I think technically that is absolutely true. But oddly enough, when I'm just sitting and wanting to listen to music, it's never that type of voice. It's never the Celine Dion or the Mariah Carey or it's never that kind of voice. It's usually people like James Taylor, Nat King
Mhm.
Cole, you know, and it really began to on me on this journey of what is it about that? What is it about a very plain vanilla sounding guy like James Taylor? What is it about his voice that resonates? And I really come to conclude that it's because there's nothing in between you and him. You're hearing him. And there's something powerful that happens when you're able to connect voice to voice, heart to heart, mind to mind with a singer. And you kind of transcend past impression or being impressive or trying to wow them with your ability, and you really make an actual connection. And you know, and I've come to realize that if we can master that in our speaking and in our singing, the best voice that we have is ours. And that's a hard thing for our brain to accept because our brain tells us that no, my natural voice, nobody really wants my natural voice. It needs to sound like that person or it needs to sound like that singer. And the moment we try to contrive or manufacture or produce a sound, we actually lose the thing that people need the most, which is genuineness. People aren't looking for a perfect voice. They're looking for a genuine voice that is believable. And so that's really the heart of it. And I feel like the more and more I explore this, the more and more I feel like I have to explain it to myself and to others because I didn't realize how contentious of a topic this can be with some people. I talk with singers all the time and going, like my daughter comes in from she's in community theater. She's awesome, and she comes in. She's 14, and she says, "Dad, why is it that you say literally the opposite of everything all my voice teachers say So we had to talk about it. I said, well, first of all, you do what they say,
While
show,
you're there.
teach them respect. But I said, I tell you what, when you go into the audition, the proof is in the pudding. If you land the role, then the proof is in the pudding. You don't have to. I don't have to prove my method. You don't have to prove your method. Like let's just try it out. And so yeah, she started getting lead roles in a very short amount of time because we connected with her
Yeah.
natural voice. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm convinced of it, and so I spend so much time talking about it because man, we need to believe it in here that really, me, this natural, plant, bland, vanilla voice, that's what people want. I have to tell myself, even after 10 years of really going down this, I just have to tell myself that every day. But it sounds like you're already there, and we're going to dive in. So since you have jumped into the deep end, you know, uh, I want you to think about. We're gonna do some because you've listened to a few classes. The role. I would love, and your choice. You can do one or both. I'd love to hear you either if you've got like a monologue or something to hear your speaking voice, or if you've got something that you're able to sing just a few bars. I'd love for you to do that if you're up for it. If you're not up for it, no big deal. But transformation really happens when we get to hear, make some adjustments, make some light bulb connections, and that's where the transformation happens. So what I'm going to do is I want you to think about it, and you can totally sit this one out if you want. But while you're here, if you're up for it, I'm going to put you in the hot seat. But take a couple minutes and think about that, and I'm going to go check in with some of my other guys here. And so you can go ahead and mute your microphone. Let me see who we've got today. We've got Linda. I said hello to her. Hi, Han. How are you doing? And Craig. We got Craig. Man, a great night. So guys in the chat, say hello to, if you haven't already, say hello to Alex. Who do we want to listen to tonight first? Han, how is how is our song coming?
It's very interesting. It's
Tell me about it.
I lean onto her voice and I'm okay. I turn her off. I kind of catch them here and there, the lyrics here and there, the instrumental. So like sometimes I feel like I lose it, but I try to like go back and
Yeah,
relearn it and
yeah.
back and forth and back and forth. So like I may miss a few bits here and there, but
Yeah,
it's coming.
but you're aware when it happens. Like you're able to,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So was that tool kind of helpful for you to be able to mute the vocal and bring it back in? Was that helpful?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it helps a lot. So
It's
I,
kind of like training wheels.
yes.
Yeah, that's really good. So cool. Would you like to sing a little bit of it tonight and see if there's anything we can work on?
Yeah, let me pull it
Or do you
one.
want to do something else? You can sing anything else if you want to.
Let me pull it. I have it here. Um, so I stop where I get stuck, I think, or I just I stop when I lose it.
Right, right.
Hmm.
I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna grab something real quick. You pull that up. I'll be right back.
All right, sure.
Okay, I am back. So whenever you're ready. Oh, hey, I think you need to turn on original sound for musicians. You might turn that
Oh,
on.
sorry. Okay. Memory, turn your face to the moonlight. Let your memory lead you. Open up and in. If you find there the meaning of what happiness is, then a new life will begin. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. How about that?
That's great. That's great. That's so good. I love you singing that. And your
Oh,
tone
thank you.
is
Thank you.
really, really, really good. This is in B flat. Could you hear my piano just then?
Yes.
All right. That's really lovely. So I think again, I think the thing that really to keep an eye on, because your tone is great, but the one thing that we want to continue to work on is just the softening your consonants a little bit. I want to pull up the lyrics because I will butcher them otherwise. That's Memories. That's from, is that Phantom? Or is it Les Mis? I can never remember the
Cats.
two. Cats, of course. Yeah, see, I knew Alex was going to know that. Or was that Craig? um, Let's see. Okay, here we go. Nope. Nope.
And this one by Elaine Page.
Okay, so that was the original recording, Elaine Page. Okay.
Yeah, Elaine Page.
Okay. All right, so let's do a little bit of this a cappella because I got these lyrics pulled up. First line is moonlight, midnight, not a sound from the pavement.
Memory, turn your face to the moonlight. Let your memory lead you.
What? So this is not. All
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So it starts with
Yeah,
verse
different.
2. Memory all alone in the moonlight. I can smile at the old days. At that.
No, the first verse is memory, turn your face to the moonlight. Let your memory lead you. Open up, enter in.
What am I looking?
I downloaded from somewhere. I just looked it up and kind of matched the lyrics because everyone else
Maybe. Oh, so
sings
who?
different.
Maybe this is a different version. What's the? Who do you say did this one?
Elaine Page. So the first verse is different from everyone
Okay,
else.
so this is memory. Turn your face to the moonlight. Let
Yeah.
your that way. Okay, got it. This is easier for me to see anyway. That's great. All right, so I want you to start in B flat. Memory. Start right there and do that first line.
Memory,
Yeah, keep going.
memory, turn your face to the moonlight.
Okay, great. Let's do that. Okay, so let's work on that first phrase. Do you know what the time signature is on this? Do you happen to know?
6/8.
6/8. That's correct. And that's important to know because how we count is going to be, so it's almost like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So the primary beats are on 1 and 4. Memory, turn your face to the moonlight. Okay, so let's try that again from memory.
Memory, turn your face to the moonlight.
Good. Next line.
Let your memory lead you. Open up, enter in.
Yes. Good. It's pretty good. Open up. So the thing that we want to really emphasize is it's almost like in order to make this as musical as possible, and this isn't the case with every singer. So this is pretty specific to you because of your Asian accent, the consonants are going to always lean a little on the harder side. So we almost want to swing that pendulum to the opposite side and almost make them disappear. Memory, almost like you're not making consonants. You're just barely bringing the lips together. Memory, turn your face to the moonlight, so that we can get as smooth of a vowel all the way throughout that whole phrase. Try that again for me, starting with memory.
Memory, turn your face to the moonlight.
That was much, much better. Now do the next line.
Let your memory lead you.
Right. Okay. Great. Everything up until lead you was fantastic. But so what we want, and it's so subtle, but it's subtle enough that it makes a big difference. Instead of lead you, we want to try as much as possible not to interrupt the tone, because the tone is what makes it musical. And every time, even for a brief second that we interrupt it, we're interrupting the phrase. So let your memory lead you. So it's lead you as opposed to lead you. Does that make sense? Tried that line? Let your memory lead you.
Let your memory lead you.
Good, good, good. Now go to the next line.
If you
Open up, enter in, I think.
open up, enter in.
So yeah, we got a lot of hard consonants in there.
Yeah.
Open up, enter in. And so when we do the tur, instead of tur, it's just We want to make it as soft as possible. Open up, enter in. Try that line.
Open up, enter
And
in.
so I want you to put a little bit of a, and again, we don't always do this, but in your case, because your T's are so hard, we want to try that. Again. So stretch out. It's almost like what we're doing is we're putting a T followed by an S, but almost like not a not like that, but so we're going to call that a soft T. Try that again.
Open up, enter in.
Enter. And let's just do that.
Enter in.
So instead of enter, not hard, but enter in. See how that was a little smoother? Try it again for me.
Open up, enter in.
So let's work on enter, because I know that that's hard. You're so used. I mean, you're used to pronouncing those T's nice and hard. We would just do enter. Enter. Try it.
Enter.
Make the sound. Open up that instead of a hard S, like. There you go. It's almost like hitting a hi-hat cymbal with it slightly opened. I call this a hi-hat slightly open sound. And yep, that's the right sound. Now stretch it out a little bit. There you go. And we're swinging the pendulum really hard so that you get that sensation. And then once you kind of can swing it this way and go all the way to like, then you've got the range to work with. Now I'll try it again, and using that kind of a sound for your T instead of T. Open up, enter in.
Open up, enter in.
That's better. That's better. So as you sing this week, I want you to listen to all of your consonants, because really the biggest challenge for you is going to be your consonants always. So I want you to really, really think about those things like your THs. Instead of the, it's the. Wait, how about this one? The meaning of what happiness is. So start the line, because there's a the in there, because I want to hear you sing that. If you find there the meaning, sing that line.
If you find there the meaning of what happiness.
If you find there the... Yeah, do that line again.
If you find there...
Let me get you your key back.
If you find there the meaning of what happiness is.
Good. That was much better on your these. Great. These are great songs for you to be singing, because the ballads are going to help you really slow down your consonants. So I think really, I mean, again, once you really can sing through a ballad and make it smooth, then everything else just gets easier, because now you have the contrast. You can do your vowels or your consonants slow, the, and you can do them fast when you need to, the. Because a lot of it depends on the tempo. This is where things get so subtle that the tempo of the song many times dictates how fast or slow you pronounce a consonant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because sometimes consonants are nice and rhythmic, but for nice ballads like this, we want them to be like almost silky. So that's amazing. Great job.
Thank you.
Well done. Let me check in here real quick with Craig. Craig, how you doing, bud? There he is. I don't hear you yet.
I'm
There
back.
you go.
I'm here.
Awesome. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good.
What have you got for us tonight?
Nothing.
I don't believe you. You always have something.
Well, I will do something. How about that? I don't know. I think I will do a different version. How about I do an up-tempo song, but I'm gonna do it slow
I like it.
or slower. See if we give it a shot. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, running down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Keep going.
Yes, I need to hear more. It's so good.
The words went too fast. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hot. I know, been that way for all my time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day?
Craig, that was so good. That was so good. I don't think I've ever heard you do that one. That's amazing. You're in the key of G.
Yeah, it's a, like I said, it's kind of slowed down version of a rock.
I
tune.
like it. I liked it slow. I like it a lot. So, and one thing I was really impressed with, because I know this is fairly new for you, is you had a little bit of a vocal run there, and you did very well. I wanna know. That was great. You used the glottis really good on that. That was really good. Have you been practicing that?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell. That's amazing. You know, for those who, and I know we've talked about it, but runs can be hard if we do them the wrong way. A lot of times people use their abdomen when they try to run. Ah, no. And or they have vibrato at the same time. The key to nailing a run, a vocal run, is no vibrato, no pulsing of the diaphragm. If you can do that, that forces you to use the glottis. And then from there, you just slow it down. Like in this case, I wanna know. So really the riff is this 5, 3, 2 kind of thing. I wanna know. And you do it slow, and then you start speeding it up. I wanna know. Have you ever seen the rain? It was absolutely gorgeous. Is your band going to be doing this one?
Yeah. But the faster version.
I love it. Your voice suits that very well, Craig. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Are there any challenges or things you're like, man, I'm struggling with something? You seem that you're on a really good trajectory with your voice right now. You're doing great.
Not on that song so much. I
Yeah.
mean, I still really have to concentrate on vocal bumps.
Well, you know what?
Coming down on a
Keep on
sunny
it,
day.
because I can tell you've made a lot of progress there. The moment that becomes second nature, oh man, I know, like I know it's still conscious, but the more you drill that and the more you stay aware of it, I hear the results, and it's awesome. Your high notes and your tone and your pitch is spot on. It's great, amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. I love it. All right, Linda, how are you doing? I know we talked a little bit when you came in.
Hi there. Yeah, I'm doing great. We just started at our new church, and so this past Sunday was
How's
our
that going?
first Sunday. Yeah, it was really good. Everything went really well. I mean, I wasn't perfect. There was one thing I did wrong, but
I'm sure it was.
it
I'm
was
sure it was great.
it was a beautiful service.
Do you have something you'd like to sing for us today?
Well, I guess I just have maybe two things to ask you about. So one thing is I just got asked to lead worship for a senior event. It's maybe going to be about 50 people that are
That's
senior
amazing.
citizens. It's called Prime Timers, and they have requested all hymns.
Oh
And
wow!
and so
Ah,
one of the requests was "How Great Thou Art." So
beautiful,
it's
beautiful.
it's the key. I think the original's in G, and I don't
Yep.
know if G is my key. If I should lower it to F.
You know me. I'm probably not going to have you lower it. You know, that very good question. And I love that song. Do you know who made that song famous? You know that the only reason why we know that song. Do you know who made it famous?
Carrie Underwood.
Nope.
It
Wait,
was
much
not
much
Carrie.
earlier than that. Much
Oh
earlier than that.
no, I don't know.
Let me guess.
Elvis. What?
I was going to
Oh,
guess Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis. The only reason why we even know that song is because Elvis made it famous. Because really, he wanted to do a hymn, and they said, "Well, you can't do a known hymn." So they went and founded this obscure hymn, and of course now it's like we've been singing it. So there you go. Well, originally in G.
I feel
Then sings my
that's the
soul,
part that scares me.
my Savior God to thee. All right, well, then sings my soul, my Savior. Both of them would be lovely. Let's try it in F, and then I might push you. Do you play it and sing it as well?
Yeah, I will be playing it for the event, and I just found one little chart in G, but I don't think it's completely correct. But I have something.
I can help. I do it. I do that one primarily by ear, but if but
Oh,
if I've
okay.
got a chord to throw at
Okay.
you, I will be happy to do that as well. But yeah, are you able to play it in F, or is it easier to play in G?
Well, I don't have a chart for F, so I have a little thing I pulled from the internet in G.
Well, if you have to transpose down, or if you want to do it in G, I'd love to hear it. Like, you know what? Challenge yourself. Hit it in
Okay.
G. Let's see what that sounds
Okay.
like.
All right.
Let's-
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my
So
then
there you
sung
go.
my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. I know,
Lovely.
I
I
feel like when
lovely.
I shout it that I
Well, you know
sound
what? There's a
fake.
couple ways you could go, and probably for the senior folks home, you probably are not going to go full gospel on it, which you could. But so this is where the middle voice will really, really serve you, because I'm a boy and I don't typically sing up there, but this is where having a developed middle voice will really help you, because you can get up there without strain. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. So just that note right there, like right, it's not quite head voice. So,
I don't know, your G sounds different
so,
than my G.
yeah, your G's my G.
It is? Okay.
My G just sounds higher, I guess. So let's just work on that high note. So do that.
Oh.
So not breathy, but yeah. So if it's breathy, that's called falsetto.
Okay.
And falsetto is it's problematic because what falsetto does is it makes it the tone weaker, and it also limits our range. There's only so high, so much you can only go so high with falsetto because the more air that you introduce to the upper registers, the harder it is to get them to vibrate. So, do you remember? Did you ever listen to Michael Jackson back in the day?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So he made this sound that I began to kind of use, and I still use it today in my warm-ups because he would access his head voice perfectly. Now, so the main difference between head voice and falsetto is head voice doesn't have any breathiness to it. So the more you remove breath and you get more vibration, that's where the difference between head voice. It's the same register, but just less breathiness. So he would do this, ooh, ooh, and he'd go really high. Ooh, so when you really want to work out your head voice, you want to get some vibration up there with as little breathiness as possible, because the more vibration, the less air is leaking out, the less you're having to strain and push the notes out because you're letting the vocal cords vibrate and do the hard work for you. And thankfully, we don't have to get very high with this one. This isn't that high, then sings my soul. Do that line for me.
Then sings my soul.
So the vowel is going to be soul. Soul.
Oh.
Yeah. The one of the things that we try to do up high is widen our vowel or make it long. So. But the best vowel up there is all the H vowels. EH, IH, UH. So E's become EH, I's become IH, EH, and O and oo become UH. O, oo, eh. See how like my face doesn't move? So, see how like everything's neutral? So. So like the primary vowel is UH. I know it's really weird, but it makes it so much easier to sing up there when we don't try to widen the vowel too much. Then sings my soul. Try it.
Then sings my soul.
So that was like UH. So almost like you're saying the word subtle, so, but then finishing with, yeah, so.
Then sings my soul.
See how much easier that is to get up there?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's easier to say than it is to say oh.
Isn't that bonkers? But yet our ears still heard soul. We didn't hear soul. We heard, but because the higher the pitch goes, it still feels and sounds natural. But yet you're not having to try to contort to make a vowel. My Savior God, to thee. Bring that back down.
My Savior God, to thee.
How great thou art.
How great. I forgot the melody.
How great.
How great thou
So it's like a half step. How great thou art.
How great thou art.
How great thou art.
How great thou art.
And so when we have a word like great, where we freeze our vowel or where we sing the vowel is important. So we don't want to sing how great. We want to freeze it on A. Even though it's A-E, we don't want to freeze on the E part. We want to freeze on the A part. How great. Try that.
How great.
There you go. So anytime we have a double letter vowel, A-E, great, we call that a diphthong. and we can't sing diphthongs. How great, great. So what we do is we put the diphthong at the very end of the word. How great. See what I did there? I put 8 at the end, but I froze on the best, most open part of the vowel, which is the A. How great thou art. And I froze on the ah of art. Try that again. How great thou art.
How great thou art.
Great. You feel how much more open that is?
Yeah.
Very good. I love that. And this is a great opportunity for you to learn some hymns. And they're also really, really amazing to bring into worship services. Like our contemporary churches are really getting back to some of the hymns, because here's the thing, it seems like a church is coming out with a worship song a minute. And it's crazy how songs that were written 2 years ago are already long forgotten, but yet we're still singing How Great Thou Art. I mean, isn't that something? They're really powerful. And so you taking this opportunity to learn some and being able to, this is a great opportunity in services, in between like a couple of contemporary songs, to just come into that, is just powerful. What I would encourage you to do is go look up the Jesus Culture, How Great Thou Art. I think it was Jesus Culture. Absolutely powerful. There's like a violin in there. Oh my gosh. And we did it recently at our church, and after the first time we sang that chorus, and we didn't even go into the verses, we just went straight to the chorus, and the congregation sang it by themselves for like 5 minutes straight. It was powerful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Linda, that's amazing. And I love what you're doing. I mean, man, that's going to be such a ministry to those seniors. What a great thing. I love that you're doing really powerful stuff with your gifts. That's amazing. So inspiring.
Did you by any chance take a look at the video link I posted yet from the homeless shelter?
When did you post that? Because I have not.
It was a few weeks ago. I think it was the week that you were in the play.
Right. And thank you for the reminder. And I tell you what, do me a favor, write it in the chat so it'll ping me again. We've had Ireland trip and a move, so please forgive me for not seeing it. I am dying to see it, but post that in the chat, and if you could repost the link just in case I have a hard time finding it, repost it in the. And hey guys, by the way, Alex, are you on Facebook?
What's Alex's last?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Guys, make sure if you can. I don't know how to invite people to groups, but if we can find Alex on Facebook,
I'll put in my instead of Alex I'll put my full name in. I'll rename myself. My true name, Ishkanian, a very long last name.
There you go. What is that? What nationality is that?
Armenian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Armenian. The IAN is usually the clue. Means son of, and supposedly Ishkan, I say Ishkanian, but the Armenian way would be Ishkan. Ishkan means prince. So maybe I have some royalty in my background. Who knows?
I would claim that for sure. If I had
Why
that,
not?
I would claim it.
Is that you with the puppets? Is that your face?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I grew up with Muppets.
Oh, you did? Aren't puppets fantastic? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I write these puppet show musicals, and
Do you really?
yeah, someone else produces them, but
Oh, please share links in the
yeah,
guys.
I will. I definitely will.
Invite him to the crew messenger group, and I would love to see. That would be amazing to see.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, I will.
Fantastic. Well, my friend, we got about 10 minutes left. Do you have something you'd like to just jump into the fray on?
Sure, I'll just jump in. The only thing I don't. Hopefully, it'll come out okay because I've sung on this. I think that was another voice lesson with a teacher, and I think you have to tell me if I'm all set up. I'm just using a regular Zoom.
Are you
microphone.
you're on a laptop there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Any
do this.
suggestions?
Let's go down to your microphone on the left and pull up your arrow. You're using the app, not like Chrome or anything like that? You're using the Zoom app?
I'm using the Zoom app.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
perfect. So let's go and if you tap that arrow just to the right of your microphone icon, you can click on audio settings.
Yes,
Okay, and then when we scroll down just past where it says microphone, you should see something that says audio profile. Do you see that?
yes.
All right, so what we want to select is original sound for musicians, and then
Okay.
just make sure the following three items are checked.
Okay, whatever after that, the echo cancellation, the
Yep.
stereo audio,
And then,
high
but don't,
fidelity.
but don't select live performance on the.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. And now that you've done that, if you look at the top right of your main screen, you should now see a toggle that says original sound for musicians. If it's off, go ahead and press that and turn it on.
Original. I know I've seen that before.
Top
Still in
right.
this menu of settings,
It's in the
or
top right of your main screen once you get out of settings.
also I'm going to X out of
Yep.
that and go.
Top right.
Yes, it says original sound for musicians is off.
Yep. Go ahead and tap that and turn it on for me.
Okay. Yep.
Now you're good to go.
Okay. So hopefully, and I have the recording. I was debating. I sent you something, but I think I'm going to do the recording. It's a short song from a chorus line. Paul sings, "Who am I anyway? Am I my resume?" That is a picture of a person I don't know. And it's a beautiful kind of small ballad. But
Beautiful.
should I can I play it on my phone so I can hear?
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
perfect. Yep. Yep. The
I
the,
don't know
the
if it'll
microphone will
come
pick
through
up
for
both.
you guys, but it'll help me
Yeah.
kind of stay on track.
It's perfect.
Okay. So just stop me if something's not coming through or I'm breaking eardrums or something like that. Okay. Sorry, let me get this a little louder. Is the music coming out?
It's not.
Okay.
Check.
Then it
Yeah.
might be you'll just hear me a
Yeah,
cappella
that's fine.
maybe, which is
That's fine.
fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. Who am I anyway? Am I my resume? That is a picture of a person I don't know. What does he want from me? What should I try to be? So many faces all around, and here we go. I need this job. Oh God, I need this show. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Man, what a beautiful musical. So musical theater, man, nailed it. It's incredible. And what's awesome is I hear a lot that, I mean, you're really doing, and this is what I love. And I actually encourage everybody to just pursue musical theater because it's the best way to explore being able to have your natural voice, but also connect it to the acting part of it, where you're adjusting it to fit the role of the actor. So frame that scene a little bit so that in my mind I can see, because I'm little familiar with it, but kind of frame that scene for me a little bit.
Sure. Uh, well, the audience may not know it yet, but he's going through kind of an emotional uh, thing in his life. Plus, the audition is very tense. So it's not an audition. They're all auditioning to be dancers. And the director, the person who's casting it is saying, "Look, I'm going to need to find out, all about you, and you're going to stay for a while, and we're going to get to know you as people." And these dancers are like, well, this is not usual,
Mm.
so it gets very emotionally, in the end, it gets very emotional for this character and a lot of the characters. But he's just wondering, oh, here's another audition. There's so many people. Am I this picture that I'm holding up? Because the director asked everyone hold up your pictures, and I guess he feels very anonymous and confused.
Wow. It sounds like my kind of show. Like it just,
Oh, you would love it. Yeah.
yeah. Man,
If
what's
you
it
can
called
see a
again?
live version, the movie's okay,
Yeah.
but it lost a lot in the movie and the way they did it. But if you ever can
Unfortunately,
see
that
a
happens a
live
lot.
version of a chorus line, you really feel like you're at an audition
Yeah.
and you're really feeling for these dancers auditioning.
Since my daughter is just she's really diving into it, maybe it's something she and I can watch together, find a good, hopefully are there good live
I
versions of it
bet
on
there
YouTube?
might be good
Yeah.
live YouTube versions. That's a
Yeah.
good, I'd rather have you see that than
Yeah.
the movie,
Yeah,
at
right. I
least to start
understand. Yeah.
off.
Yeah, for sure. Well, now, because to me, when I hear your voice, it sounds like you've had you're doing a lot of things extremely well. Have you had like formal training?
I had way back when I was younger, in 1980.
Oh
That's when I was
my.
younger, everybody. Uh,
You don't
um,
look like you're that, you don't look like you're that old.
What a young person.
1980, I went to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy.
Yeah.
It's known as AMDA now. And it was pretty small when I went there, but I did their 2-year program.
Yeah.
And then I went on to college and I majored in theater. But I first studied there. So I had voice lessons in musical
Yeah.
theater, and we used to speak our lyrics and
Yep.
try to know who we were talking to, what was going on, and
See, that is an incredible practice. We do that here where before we sing it, we have to say it because a
great.
lot of the rhythmic patterns, a lot of times we lose it on the song side of it because we've lost the natural speech patterns. Because really, Elf, I say this all the time, but Elf had it right in the movie Elf. He said all singing is talking and moving your voice up and down, and that really is it. Really is true. Your voice really does capture that natural, believable. It's just perfect for musical theater. So it's I mean really really good. The one thing I would say I think is going to really be a ramp up or just something just really to keep in your back pocket is it's called, and I really need to rename the course because while it does apply to session singing, I think for what you're doing, it's going to be a great set of tools. But it's the session singer course. I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at it, but that in its essence really does explore the middle voice, which is what you're really, really strong at naturally. Some people call it the mixed voice, but really the middle voice is where we master the vocalis muscle, which is primarily the voice we use when we speak. So you can't
Mm,
master speech level singing without mastering that vocalis muscle. It's what allows, I call it the quarterback muscle because it's real lean, it's fast, it has quite a range. It can go high or low on the drop of a hat, and dynamically, it's very consistent from high notes to low notes. You can get pretty loud high, but not quite. So, what we might call belt. That's really using the third muscle, which is kind of complicated to say. That that's like I call it pressing all the muscles together, the thyroarytenoid, and that all three modes are pressing together, and you're belting it. The middle voice is more like what you are using. Some people call it mixed, like to where you go high, but you're not. It sounds like you're belting, but you're really not. It's so powerful. And it involves having to really get comfortable with your
mm,
breaks and allow your voice to crack and let itself reveal those higher registers. But
mm.
the course is Session Singer. There's 5 exercises in there. Some of them you might be familiar with. It also, I don't know if you're familiar with lip rolls, but lip
Yeah.
rolls are super powerful for the middle voice. So there's 5 exercises. Honestly, the more I sing, those are the 5 exercises that I use more than anything else because they literally have transformed my voice. My daughter has taken it to her theater group, and every single one of the singers, it's like it's changed all of like literally. You master these 5 exercises, and it's like powerful. And so that would be. I would say take a look at that. I think you're going to really get a lot out of it, and I might even start challenging you to break genre a little bit to see what your voice would sound like on other styles. So I want you to make a list I want you to pick 3 genres not musical theater. I want you to do, I tell you what, do one musical theater,
Okay.
and then I want you to make a list of other 2 songs, maybe one pop, maybe like, go crazy, country, whatever. Because I think it would be really great for you to explore some different styles to see what your natural sound sounds like
Another.
in a different lane.
Cool.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Well,
Excellent.
guys, everybody open up. I know we're 1 minute past. I don't want to keep you too late, especially Alex. It's a school night for him. I don't want to keep you too late. Everybody open up your microphone. As always, I'm just going to say a quick prayer to close us out. No obligation to participate, but I'm just going to just close our night. And then anybody who would like to stick around and ask some questions, feel free to do so. Lord, thank you for our gifts. We acknowledge them as gifts from you. I couldn't have come up with something so awesome, but Lord, we receive it and we want to steward it to the best of our ability. Keep us safe until we meet again, and let knowledge continue to be a passion. And Lord, thank you for the gift that we get to do this together. What a gift. Thank you for introducing us to a new friend tonight that we can get to know. And again, until we meet again, keep us safe. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, feel free to stick around if you would like to. Otherwise, all of our Mondays in September, we're back to our normal schedule. Thank you guys so much for your patience during August. We are still in the process of moving, but we plan on having on all of our Monday classes, and we might have a pop-up class if I decide to do a special one. And hey, in the messenger group, be sure to ask some questions, or if they're like, man, hey, dive more into this topic because I'd really love to talk about it. Love for you guys to communicate throughout the week. I do read them all, I promise, even if I don't have time to always respond. But anyway, stick around if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for joining, Alex.
It was my pleasure. Thank you all for welcoming me, and thank you, Clay. And I hope to be back. Absolutely.
Absolutely. We'd love
Thanks
to
so
have you.
much.
Next week.
Bye.